Hey guys, King Kaiju here. Today we're going to be doing another Kaiju review. I know, it's been a hot second since I've done one of these, and it's been a hot second since I've posted a video. For any of you wondering why I've been gone, refer back to the Muto Prime review that I did a few Kaiju reviews back. That same explanation as to why I was gone then is kind of why I've been gone now, so I'm not going to rehearse that. It's a new day. I've got a new Kaiju here to show you guys, although I have had him for a good chunk of time now. I just haven't really gotten around to reviewing him. But my lazy ass has finally decided that it's time, and that Kaiju is Bazanga. Yes, that's actually how it's said. Yeah, this is the Ultraman Bazanga Kaiju. I forget exactly which Ultraman show he comes from. I know it's one of the newer ones. But, like I said, that is actually how you say his name. That is actually how it's spelled. And at least during one point in this video, I am probably going to be making some sort of Sheldon joke about it, even though I fucking hate that show. But regardless, it's still a Kaiju review, so we're going to get into the usual stuff, starting off with detail. So while this is not a DX figure, it still does have a good chunk of that DX detail to it. I'm not exactly sure which line he comes from. I'll probably put it in the title of the video, but he does look very, very good for a Bandai figure, as per usual. I do like the subtle bit of paint he has on his chest here. That is a very nice undertone. The blue also looks pretty good on him, although I do wish there was more of it, a lot more. As you can see, the back is totally bare. Another detail that I'm not too big of a fan of is that the inside of his claws, it's kind of hard to see there, but they are also unpainted. They don't have the blue on them. Also, not really points off of Bandai, just more so points off of whoever I bought this from. But for whatever reason, mine came in with a crooked nose. It should go straight, but of course it kind of points off that way, kind of looking like a weird Pinocchio. So detail is pretty good in the parts that are sculpted, but for the painted parts, there definitely could have been more, but that's typical of Bandai. Now, articulation is pretty good, although I do have a few minor complaints. First of all, the arms, of course, can rotate. They can go 360, I'm pretty sure, but I'm just going to get them up to here because I'm only using one hand right now. But using two, I can get his little antenna up here to flip upwards like that. The tail back here can also rotate. That's not unusual for a lot of monsters. And like I had said earlier, one of the features that was a mainstay selling point of this guy is the fact that his arm gauntlets can actually push out, kind of extend. It's not really by much, like here's them normal, here's them pushed out. It's not too big of a difference. I do like the fact that Bandai is now incorporating these sort of like very, very basic action features into their monsters. And you can't lie, he does look pretty cool with his arms up and his shields like this. I don't know if they're actually shields, but I'm going to pretend they are. Unfortunately, there is no leg articulation, but there definitely could have been. I don't see why his legs couldn't have moved. But other than that, I would say articulation, pretty dang good. I do like the antenna effect, and of course the arm gauntlet things are pretty cool, but Bazanga is kind of limited in terms of articulation here. Another thing that I'm a little bit disappointed in is the sizing of this figure. For example, here's a DX monster to kind of compare him to. Zegan, another kind of sea beast. And as you can see, Zegan is a lot taller than Bazanga, unfortunately. I was under the impression that they would kind of be of a similar size, considering this is bigger than the Ultra 500 monsters that they make. He's about 5.5, maybe just bordering on 6 inches tall. To kind of give a more standard comparison to the other standard monsters that are, being produced by Bandai, here's a little bit of an older one, Telesdon. And yeah, even Telesdon is a little bit taller here. Again, this is a standard 6-inch figure, this is just a regular Bandai monster. And still, Bazanga is quite a bit shorter, honestly. Telesdon looks pretty much right over his head. And then for another fun sea monster, because this was another one on my shelf that really stuck out to me, we have Magajapa. And compared to one that kind of looks like a giant shrimp, I actually think they look pretty good next to each other. But the fact that Magajapa is so much taller and they're not even the same height, that is a little bit frustrating. Just again, I wish that he had a little bit more height on him. So that is my Kaiju review of Bazanga here. He is quite a weird Kaiju, I gotta be honest with you, but for such an out there monster, and the really cool things Bandai did do with it, like again, the subtle action features and other stuff, I don't think they really went the full mile with it. I would have liked if they had leg articulation. That's one of my big gripes. The detailing and paint specifically is very lackluster, but again, that's just Bandai. And debatably, one of the biggest disappointments is the height. This just does not really meet up to the usual height standards of a lot of 6-inch monster figures, just being a little bit shorter. All I'm saying is an inch to him would have made the biggest difference, no pun intended. But that's neither here nor there because, you know, they've already made the figure. But thank you all for watching this Kaiju review, and I'll see you in the next one.